Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. It feels good to be right. Sofi Technologies just had financial results today that exceeded analysts' expectations. And I knew that was coming. I knew that that company had a superior business model, that have a superior business model, and it's just a matter of time. But it's the same for Neo. So I've spoken about SoFi in the past. I've spoken about UXIN that also has a superior business model. And Neo, of course, will make us the most money. Those other two, SoFi and UXIN, will go past us in terms of share price. Eventually, we'll catch up and go way past them because what we're building is an empire, a perfect ecosystem. But those three companies are the three top companies in my portfolio, and rightly so. So these companies, I believe, will continue to do well. They are new companies, so tread carefully. It's high risk, high growth. But what gives me confidence is when I look at the CEOs of the company, the business model, the product, and the delivery system. I knew that it's a winning business model. Now, of course, when it comes to investing, anything can happen. But thus far, they are proving me right. What has happened this morning? So Neo's brand Onvo registered 1,200 units. Yes, you heard that right. So we're picking up the pace and ramping up with Onvo as well. And in China, it totals 3,430 in October thus far. Neo's sub-brand Onvo registered 1,200 units in the fourth week of October, bringing month-to-date figures to 3,430 units. Neo brand the Neo brand registered 4,200 vehicles between October 21st and 27, up from 3,900 in the previous week. We all know because of that holiday week, we were a little bit down. And we have outsold that we hold right now the Neo brand, the top 4 spots in China. Yes, you heard that right. We outsold BMW, Benz, Audi, and the rest of the premium brands in China. It's the same that will happen with our sub-brands. It is the same that will happen with our sub-brands because we are making a superior sub-brand. It's not a regular sub-brand. It's not a cheap car. Even though it's an affordable one, it has a 5-star rating. You guys saw when there was a video on YouTube where one guy was rear-ended while driving. The Onvo flipped because he was hit so hard. The guy came out without a scratch and was filming. Can you imagine that? Let that wrap around your head for a second. He came out a car that flipped and tumbled a couple times and was filming it, saying he will buy nothing but a Neo brand, an Onvo. According to the data shared by the new energy vehicle maker Li Auto, according to the Neo Group CEO William Lee, the company expects Onvo to produce 5,000 units in October, 10,000 by December, and 20,000 by March. Now imagine when that other factory is built and we start pumping out the 6 and 7-seater, the sedan, which we're planning to unleash by the first quarter of next year, along with Firefly, which will be released in January. Can you guys imagine what will happen to our profit margins? As these roll out and battery swapping become profitable, I believe by next year, like I said in my last video, it will be another catalyst pushing our share price forward. This is why I believe that this year will be over $9 before the end of the year. Onvo began nationwide deliveries on September 28th because I believe we'll be over $9 because when people see the amount of battery swapping taking place with the stimulus that's yet to be released and so much more, Neo Day is coming out, I believe that we will be above $9 before the end of the year. Anyway, Onvo began nationwide deliveries on September 28th, delivering 832 units in the last 3 days of the month. The long-range variant of the L60 equipped with an 85 kilowatt battery will start being delivered in December. So that's another catalyst where people will be buying those, the 85 kilowatt hour, with a slightly higher price point. Envoy is planning to launch 2 new vehicles in 2025 that we spoke about. It's the 6 and 7 seater that I just spoke about will be unveiled in the end of the first quarter, with delivery starting around May, they said. A second model, which will be the brand's first sedan, is planned to be unveiled in the second half of the year. And this is from Envo. And this will be right around the time that other factory is completed. According to a blogger, think tanker, this is what they said on X last week, adding the brand will maintain a pace of launching 1 new vehicle annually in the future. So Envo will be releasing 1 new vehicle. Can you guys imagine the lineup we will have? On Monday, Envo President Alan I said NIO has opened 18 new 4th gen battery swap stations. And remember guys, we added another station again yesterday. While upgrading 53 3rd gen stations to make room for Envo coming. At its speeds up the charging and swapping infrastructure. So we also putting out a lot of, as I talked about in my short video yesterday, we're building out a lot of charging infrastructure as well. People keep forgetting about that, but we're adding to that as well. In a recent note, Deutsche Bank analyst Wang Bing stated that Envo has received over 30,000 non-cancelable orders since its launch, though official data on confirmed orders has not been disclosed. NIO's second brand, Firefly, will be unveiled in December 21st at the company's annual event this year at NIO Day. Edition will be held in Guangzhou, and the brand will arrive in the European markets in 2025. Tariffs or not, it's coming for them. So even if it's a 45% tariff, it will still be an affordable EV with a 5-star rating. What do you all think will happen, guys? Coming in at about $14,000. Woohoo! Battery swappable capable. Despite the tariffs by the European Commission, as Automotive News Europe reported on Monday. So it doesn't matter, because Firefly will be all over North Africa. It will be all over the Middle East. It will be all over the Caribbean. It will be all over Latin America. It will be all over the world. This is a global brand. Tariffs or not, we're coming. Of course, with that factory rebuilding in Egypt, we will be able to circumvent the tariffs. So I hope you guys understand that as long as you have patience in the stock market, just like with Sofi, when all the analysts were bashing it, I remember that. I don't know about you guys. They bashed it for years, and I just held on to my shares because I see where it's going. Just like with UXIN, it made a pullback, and I keep adding to it now because I see where it's going. Of course, I don't have as much shares in those companies as I do in NIO, because I believe NIO will make me the most money and will allow me to retire in the next 4 years. I hope you guys found this video to be informational, inspirational, and motivational on a Tuesday morning. If so, guys, do not forget to hit that thumbs up, because it takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because on this channel, we're waking up the middle class for the first time as to how the game is played. And to get a major piece of the pie, and like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.